I don't feel heavy, I don't feel cakey, I don't look cakey, I look amazingly smooth, flawless. Oh my god. Okay, hello my loves, how y'all doing? I hope you guys are doing well. It's me, Safer. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. Don't forget to subscribe. We would love to have you here. All of us would love to have you here, so don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified whenever I upload a new video. Okay, if you're coming back, please, thank you so much for coming back. I'm so happy to have you here. It's been a long time since I did a video like this. I feel like I don't even know what to say or how to talk, and I didn't even bring any brushes or anything like that, so you know, yeah. Today we are going to be talking about flawless full coverage routine. Okay, how I do my base makeup, how I do the foundation part, the face makeup, not the eye makeup. Okay, so we are going to be trying to make our face like flawless but not cakey. I don't like cakey foundation. I don't like to feel like I have so much foundation on. And if you have a problem with, you know, using too much product or feeling too heavy, or the product all clogging out so fast, like you just put on your makeup and everything is just vanished after like an hour or two, I've been there. Okay, we are gonna make this long lasting, flawless, full coverage, lightweight and comfortable. That's all I want. I want to look beautiful but comfortable. Is anyone with me? Like, I don't want to feel like the whole day like my face is heavy and greasy and cakey. I don't want to feel that. So we are going to be talking about some of my favorite products to use to achieve such a flawless foundation routine, and we are going to be talking about how to make it last all day long. Okay, let's get started. First things first, are you pro primer or anti primer? Do you like primer or do you hate primer? Do you think it's worth it, or do you think it's just another thing they do to make us buy more product? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Let me know in your comments down below. My thoughts on primers are that there are some that are very beneficial, not all of them and not all the time. There's different type of primers, of course. There's moisturizing, there's priming, there's moisturizing, there's pore filling, okay, for your pores, the tiny holes you have in your face. There's mattifying. There's many primers. Okay, there's many primers. I'm going to be showing you a few primers here that I have in hand, a few that I like. I do like this one, Toofaced Hangover Primer. It has an SPF of 25 SPF, so it's like a moisturizing primer. I only use it when I feel like I didn't put on enough moisturizer today, or my foundation is very matte and I really want it to be a bit more dewy on my skin. I would use that. Okay, but there's also like a matte perfection pre-makeup base. This is from Hudabeauty. This is supposed to make you more matte, so sometimes I do use it with very oily foundations, like foundations that are too hydrating. I would add this on. Okay, but the most important one for me is a pore filling primer. Now, I don't know if you guys believe in primers, but I believe in pore filling primers for sure. Okay, if there's anything that I would take as a primer, it would be this one. And this one is from Tarte Cosmetics. It is called the Clean Slate Timeless Smoothing Primer Base. And this, see, it's nearly gone. I'm having a dent on it. Can you guys see? I don't know if you guys will be able to see that, but I've used this quite a lot, and you just need a tiny amount. Can you see, like that much? It's like a putty texture. I don't know if you will be able to see that. It's quite thick and putty like. Okay, so this is meant to like smooth down your pores and lines and everything like that. Okay, so what I use it for is directly on my pores,
which are very big, by the way. Lucky me.
So I would take this and I would like press it into these areas right here where I have the most pores. So I don't use this all over my face. I just kind of like pat it in and press it in right here where I need to fill in these gaps, so that when my foundation comes on, it's like it's on a smoother surface. Okay, it won't sink in to these pores because they're already filled in. My face, you guys, my face is going through it. My face is really going through it this like the past 2 weeks. I don't know if it's because of all the worst makeup artist reviews that I do. If you haven't checked them out, I'll put a link of all the playlists above. And you know, my face has just been going through it. I am breaking out. I don't know if you guys will be able to see how much I'm breaking out. You can see this actual big pimple here, but I don't have big pimples per se. I have tiny whiteheads. Oh my god, that's like a rash, like a complete rash. So we are going to be covering up some things here today. This is the SPF that I use. It's from Uriage. It's the Uriage Thermal SPF 50. I do love this so much. Let me just put some on. Even though I have some on, let me just add a bit more. I do really love this SPF. It's quite moisturizing on my skin. So sometimes when I'm lazy, I just will not use any other kind of moisturizer on my face. I'll just use this SPF, which is moisturizing enough. So know your skin, know what it needs. If it needs more, add more. If it doesn't need any more, you don't need to add too much moisturizer if your face is already oily and your SPF is moisturizing enough. Okay, actually now that I've added that on, I'm actually not going to use the hangover primer which I wanted to use, and I think this is just enough. I feel nice and sticky, which is perfect for putting on foundation and stuff. This primer is just amazing, you guys. I'm going to try and put the link down below so where you can find it, okay? And love it. So what's next is for my full coverage foundation. If I want to have a full coverage, I'm not going to just rely on just foundation, okay? There's so many steps we do. We do contouring, we do concealing, we do blush, we do powder, we do all this stuff. All this stuff, they add up more coverage to your face. So you don't need to go straight up with like such a heavy amount of coverage. You're going to get there slowly so that your face doesn't feel cakey at the end of it, doesn't look heavy and cakey at the end of it. Just go on slowly. So on my face right now, because I have some, I brought you guys closer. So on my face right now, if you guys can see, I have a few marks here. Okay, but mainly I have all these tiny whiteheads. Ooh, they're bugging me. But I'm going to be using a corrector. This is not a corrector. This is the Maybelline Age Rewind. This is a concealer, but this is a few shades darker than me. Now, because it's a few shades darker than me, it's going to look a little bit orangish on my skin. That's what you want to cover up some marks, dark marks. You want something that is going to be like a little bit orange based on your skin. You don't have to go for the full orange, or you don't have to go for the full black that you see people do. You just need a little bit of warmth to your face. So this will do the trick. So if you're looking for something like that can correct you, you don't have to go for an orange. You don't have to go for an orange base or something. You can just buy a concealer that's a little bit darker than you, a few shades darker than you, and it will work to correct your skin tone. Blend that out. As you guys can see, even though my cheek looks darker, doesn't it look like it has coverage now? You can't see the marks anymore. Okay. See, step one. I still feel nice and lightweight. I don't feel heavy. I don't have so much on my face. Let's go on to step 2. Step 2 is contouring my skin. So I'm going to be using a cream contour on my face. This one right here is from Fentybeauty. This is the Match Stick in the shade Truffle. I like to use this underneath my foundation. It is a little bit on the dry side. It is a little bit on the dry side, and it is also a little bit on the darker side for me. So I do like to use this before I even put on foundation, just because, you know, blending is easier and you can blend a bit rougher with it without the foundation stuck, or without having to ruin your base. So I did put it like on my jawline and kind of blending the upwards. The good thing about this is that you can like be a bit messy. You don't have to blend so much because you are going to be blending foundation on top of it, kind of covering and helping conceal everything. So it works really well like underneath foundation. If you are a beginner, please try this instead of using a cream contour on top of your foundation. It just might be easier for you to blend things out and have a seamless base, okay? Alright. Now my face is all bronzed and contoured, and now I'm going to be adding my foundation. So for your foundation, you guys, these things consider, okay? You have to consider the undertone of the foundation as well as the shade of the foundation. So there are different kinds of undertones. Everyone has a different kind of undertone. You can be a neutral, you can be an olive, you can be a yellow based undertone. Foundation would suit you better. Well, I'm on the olive side, okay? So I do love this one from Urban Decay. This is one of my favorite foundations right now. I know some people don't like this. I've seen like a few people who don't like it, but many people love it and rave about it. I love it. I'm one of those people. I love this so much. This is in the shade 51 NN. It's a very lightweight foundation. It's medium to full coverage, so it has quite a lot of coverage in it, but it feels so weightless because I don't know, that's why they call it Stay Naked Weightless Liquid Foundation. It is extremely weightless, and I have very weightless foundations. I love me some weightless things, okay? I don't like to feel heavy. So this shade, let me just show you. This is one of my perfect matte shades. I'm just gonna put a little bit of this onto my face. Don't worry, I know it looks a bit lighter, but it will oxidize. Okay, it will oxidize into a shade that is my perfect shade. And plus I already have, oh yeah, forgot, oh god, I should have done this before. I should have done this before I put on the corrector, because now you can see the corrector and you think this is so much lighter. But basically you should try also on your neck if you're going to place. Do you see how that disappears? I hope you guys can see that. Okay, let me just put a little bit on my neck again so you guys can see how it disappears. When you're trying to choose a foundation, please do choose something that is close to your neck color if you don't wear scarves, because you don't want that to show. This one right here, this one is from Milani 2-in-1 Conceal and Perfect. This is in the shade number 7. This is around my skin tone, but the undertone is quite neutral and it kind of reads gray on my skin. Okay, so please guys, choose something that is your skin tone. Look at that, that's gonna be gray on my skin. It's gonna oxidize and look even darker gray. Give it a minute. When you are buying foundation, please put it on, walk around the mall, walk around the place, go home if you can, okay? And then look at the color outside after it's oxidized with normal lighting, and then you can see your actual color match. Because sometimes you're gonna be buying the wrong colors, and when you go home, they are not gonna be your color, okay? Let's put on some foundation. I am gonna put on a few pumps of this. Like, I'm actually just gonna start very little. I'm telling you guys, we want full coverage, but we want it to be lightweight. These are the tiniest little dots. And then I'm going to be using a brush, and I'm going to start where I have no product. You don't need to go too close to your eye because you don't want your eye to have too much product on it. So try not to go too close. I hope you guys can see the techniques I'm using. When I'm applying the foundation, I'm not actually moving things around. I have my contour, I have the corrector. I don't want to move whatever I have underneath. So I'm just kind of like gently tapping. I'm not really dragging anything. I'm tapping like I would with a beauty blender, but with a brush. So I'm just gently tapping and blending in that foundation on top of it, but not exactly moving anything away. All the work I just did, okay, putting that corrector and putting the contour, I don't want it to just go away. So I am kind of just tapping. And here I am going towards where I contoured, blending it out. Now with the remaining, I am going to be tapping now it on top of the contour. Also my jawline. Now that I've got that on, that's the first layer of foundation that I have on. I'm going to spray a little bit of primer. This is not a primer, this is a setting spray. This is the Resting Boss Face Waterproof Ultra Matte Finish. I'm going to use this to set my makeup before I even apply the second layer. If you put the spray in between your makeup routine, it will help you last a lot longer. Your foundation is going to last a lot longer than if you put this right at the very end. So just use it in between. You can even use it before. That's spicy. You can even use this before you even put the first layer of foundation. So now I'm going to add in some more foundation. My eye can't open. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit more foundation. I think I need it. Actually, I don't think I need it, but we are going for a fuller coverage today, so okay. Now before I move on to anything else, I'm going to go in with a beauty blender and kind of press everything in. If you go in straight with a beauty blender, you are going to lose a bit of coverage because the beauty blender does absorb so much more product than a brush does. So if you love beauty blenders like I do and you want fuller coverage sometimes, just go first with a brush and then go on with your beauty blender to kind of just press everything in to make it more seamless, whatever, you know, the finish you like with the beauty blender. I am going to be using now a concealer. This is from the same brand. This is the Urban Decay Stay Naked Correcting Concealer. I do love this, okay, you guys. I'm not just using it just because to be on brand. Another favorite concealer is this one from Urban Decay. No, this one from Benefit Cosmetics. This is the cakeless concealer. I love this so much, so I'm really gonna stop myself from using it today because I think I do love this quite as much. Maybe, you know, maybe I use this quite a lot now. So I'm gonna put a little bit of concealer now right under my eyes. You remember, my eyes don't have anything, okay? If you do have dark spots, you can correct your eyes with a darker concealer like I did with my face, but if you don't put too much product under your eyes. So I'm just putting a little bit right over here where I need it the most, and right over here. Let that dry a little bit, okay? While that is drying under my eyes, let's just highlight the rest of my face. So a little bit on my nose, a tiny bit on my forehead. I am gonna carve out my brows because I didn't do that, and I do that with concealer. Okay, and then you know what, let's just blend things out. Eyebrows are not looking perfect, but I'm gonna deal with them later. I'm just gonna blend now what's on underneath my eyes. On my eyes over here as well. I'm gonna blend all of this in together at the same time. So when it comes to blending my concealer, I do start with wherever I place the product first. So this is where I place the product. So I'm gonna blend this in like right here. I'm not gonna try to move it around too much. I want the most coverage right over here. I want this place to be all lightened up. And since we let the concealer sit down for a bit, we have more coverage. And of course, whatever I had here, I blended also over here. Now what's remaining on my sponge is what I bring down to the rest of the eyes. The thing is, there's so much creasing that goes on under the eyes. If you have so much product there, it is just going to crease more. So try and limit how much product you have under the eyes. And I'm gonna look at myself, see if I'm bright enough or I'm not. If I am not, I'm going to add a bit more concealer, which I normally do. I do like a very bright under eye, so I'm going to add a bit more concealer right there still, maybe right over here and over here. Then this time I'm not going to let it sit because I already have enough coverage from the first time. I'm just going to blend that in really quickly, bring it up to my nose bridge to kind of contour my nose at the same time, and then just blend that in. Please people, don't forget this inner corner here. Sometimes we leave it and it's like doesn't have any foundation, doesn't have any concealer, it's just on life of its own. Just try and make sure you do that too. Okay, now I feel like I'm a full coverage queen. I don't need no more coverage. Okay, now for my under eyes, we are going to be setting this. We are going to be setting this really quickly. You do need to set your under eyes quite quickly if you don't want it to crease and you have oily skin, and which I do. But I don't know, creasing happens even with dry skin, man. Creasing under the eyes is something very common. So what I do is I actually look at my eyes again, make sure there's no creases before I set everything down, and then I quickly take some powder and set it down. Now I'm not baking, I'm just setting everything in, pushing in the powder into my eyes. Where's that? Blue? Nice blue. The powder, by the way, that I'm using here is the Hudabeauty Banana Bread. I love this powder so much. So I'm going to be now setting my whole face. Still with the powder, I'm setting like right over here to smooth down those pores even more. That's enough. That's enough. And then I'm going to take some powder right on the bridge of my nose to set that. But I want to highlight it, so take a little bit of powder, make a tiny nice line, and I'll let that bake for a little bit. I have a lot of coverage right here, okay? Now we are still going to be adding some bronzers and stuff on top of this. This is bronzer from Fentybeauty. It's called Island Ting. I'm going to be setting now the cream bronzer contour situation I have on. So this is also going to be adding coverage. Everything adds coverage because you know, everything has color and it's adding just a tiny bit of coverage. And you know, don't forget your forehead if you have a big forehead like mine. And your jawline. I like to make this area right here tuck. Just the borders of my face darker. Right, like going from my eye coming outwards. I like this darker. Where's the blush? Where's the blush? Where's the blush brush? Okay, we're gonna use blush from Morphe Cosmetics. This is the 8W palette. It doesn't have a mirror, so I'm just going to be using maybe MUA, MUA and Unapologetic. MUA and Unapologetic on my face. Again, I'm placing the blush upwards. I like to make my face lift, not drag down, so I don't put anything down on my face because I like my face to be lifted, okay? So, some blush. Yeah. Love it, okay? I like blush. Do you guys like blush? Especially orangish blushes. My jam, my jam, my jam. When it comes to highlight, please be very strategic with your highlights, okay? Don't go overboard. I'm going to take the same palette. It has a highlight here called Babe. It might be a bit dark. I'm going to now place it like where I have this, like right on top of where I applied the blush. Just right there. Very strategically. That's where I want the light to hit when I turn. Not my whole face. Okay, add a bit more and like right over here. This is where my face normally hits the sunlight, grabs the light and stuff. So I'm just going to be putting that right over there. A little bit on the bridge of my nose. Right on the sides here, this is where the light hits, so I want that to be highlighted. Okay. Alrighty then. Hello my loves. I'm back again. Hey. We're done with my face. Okay. So my face is completely completed. I did my eyes using the Morphe Jaclyn Hill eyeshadow palette. They have this in different shades. So this is the shade. It doesn't have a name, so I don't know. Then this is what I use on my eyes and my face. Flawless. Okay. I don't know if you guys will be able to see any kind of flaws online. You know, sometimes the camera does fix on me, but my face in real life looks flawless. I have a bit of a fallout from the eyeshadow. Okay, it's coming right off. Do that. Okay. I had a little bit of fallout from the eyeshadow. That's why I like to do my eyes before my face, but just did a quick look, so not so much fallout. And anyways, this is my face. This is my whole routine. I hope you guys enjoy the video. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. You don't need to use so much product on your face. You just need to use a little bit. So many products, but a little bit less of it, okay? Not so much foundation or not so much concealer, but a little bit of concealer, a little bit of foundation, a little bit of contour, a little bit of corrector, a little bit of everything, then gives you this full face that is flawless, that will last so much longer. As you guys can see, I don't know if you guys will be able to see, but you can see the scar mark right over here. I didn't do much to it. I'm not trying to cover everything. I don't like to look completely doll-like. But even if I try to cover the black spot right over there, you can still see it. I can see it. It's like a mark. It's a scab, so it's protruding outside my skin. It's really hard to cover it. If you have breakouts and pimples and stuff, it's really hard to cover everything because you cannot cover bumps with foundation. You can only cover marks. So I'm looking for all the marks to be covered, but not actual pimples or bumps that are on my face to be covered. That's not what I'm looking for. That's not what I can achieve. It's hard to achieve. It's impossible to achieve, so I don't try to achieve it, okay? I don't. So yeah, this is my face, and I'm telling you guys, I feel like I have I don't feel like I have much on my face. I actually just feel my eyes. Because of my eyelashes, I feel my eyes, but I don't feel my face. I don't feel heavy, I don't feel cakey, I don't look cakey. I look amazingly smooth, flawless. Oh my god. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know a few of you have been asking me this question about how I achieve my base makeup, and this is what I normally do. It will be changed, tweaks here. Maybe I won't use cream, maybe I will use cream and I'll just use powder. You know, things change, but this is the whole routine. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Let me know what you liked about the video, and I will see you guys in another video. Okay, yeah.